finally back out on Folsom Lake. It is, I don't even know, it's like February 23rd. It's been, I think, a little over a month since I've been out last. The reason for that is I got double COVID pneumonia in my lungs, and it just knocked me off my feet. And I wanted to share my experience because I've told a couple of people about what I went through, and they just didn't know that COVID could do something like what happened to me. So I don't care if you got the shot, don't get the shot, do get the shot. I don't care. I'm just offering up my story to share with you guys, so that maybe, you know, it might help one of you out, whoever views this. I have twin boys who are 19. All three of us got COVID. One of my boys got it first, then I got it, then the other boy. And I guess we had it for a couple of days. I was trying to stay away from my wife. I was sleeping on my recliner and on the couch in the front room to stay away from her because she didn't get it. One night around midnight, I heard just a bunch of crashing going on in my kitchen, and so that woke me up. And you know, I heard some mumbling coming from the kitchen. I didn't know what it was, and I screamed out and said, "What?" And it was one of my boys, and I heard just a really faint, "Dad, help." So I immediately jumped up, and right when I got there, he completely passed out, was gone, couldn't talk. He was out. Luckily I was right next to him, and I caught him, and I brought him back to a chair. We got him some water. He was still mumbling. I couldn't understand anything he was saying. So about midnight, I immediately got dressed. I rushed him to the hospital. I blew through every red light to get him there, and luckily within about 4 hours he was released. He had slept the entire day, didn't eat, didn't drink, so when he got up to make himself something to eat and drink around midnight, his body just couldn't handle it and collapsed. So luckily they hooked him up with an IV. We got him back home. The next day, I actually went to the ER, and they said it was a good thing I came in because my oxygen levels were super low. They were mid 80s, about 86 when I got in. And for those of you that don't know, a normal person's oxygen level is supposed to be between 95 and 100, and mine was about 86. And this is where COVID gets dangerous. It's not necessarily COVID that's dangerous, it's the pneumonia, it's the breathing problems in your lungs that is the scary part. And I was in the hospital for a couple of days. I was administered some COVID breathing treatments, which is basically just albuterol, what a lot of people take for their asthma, and a couple of steroid shots. And after a couple of days, they sent me home with some steroids and the albuterol, the little asthma pump, and it took me about a month to get over it. I'm still really tired. I don't have a lot of energy. I don't have a lot of strength. It's not all come back yet. And when I was in the hospital, my dad passed away from COVID, which is okay. We didn't really have a good relationship. I haven't talked to him in 20 years, so to me, he was already kind of out of my life. But while I was also in the hospital, my other son started coughing up blood. My wife rushed him to the ER, and he was released about 4 hours later. Luckily, neither one of them had pneumonia. It was only myself who caught pneumonia. I don't know how I got it. I have no idea. Maybe it's because I'm old and fat. I've got no idea. But really, COVID was not a big deal. It's like any other cold or flu. I was achy. I got fevers. I got a chill. Everything hurt, and I was exhausted. That was it. It's the pneumonia that kills you. And this is the one thing I wanted to share with everybody. They make these little oxygen meters. You can buy them off of Amazon. Mine was $23. I'll put a link in my description for it. Like I said, I don't care. Get the shot, don't get the shot. Doesn't bother me either way. But get yourself a little oxygen meter. You just stick it on the tip of your finger, and it reads your oxygen level. If you get under, the nurse told me under 90, then get your butt to the hospital. If you're around 90 to 95, do some breathing exercises. Take really deep breaths. Try to try to hold your breath when you take that deep breath, and try to get your oxygen levels as close or above 95 as possible. If you can raise up your oxygen levels, you're okay, your lungs are working. But if you get below 90, get into the hospital, because that's when it becomes dangerous. Buy your family one of these little $23 oxygen meters. If you get sick, just make sure your oxygen levels are above 90. They're supposed to be between 95 and 100, but as long as you're between 90 and 95 or higher, you don't need to go into the hospital. Several nurses told me this, the doctor told me this. So this little $23 meter, man, just get one. And that's the easiest way to tell if you're in trouble with COVID. I just wanted to share that little part, because you know, I don't have that many subscribers, and I need to keep all of the ones that I got. So get yourselves a little meter so you can check your oxygen levels. I have to recalibrate my motor guide today again, because I screwed it up last time, but now I know how to do it correctly. So we're gonna go try that. I'm probably only gonna be out for about 3 to 4 hours today, because like I said, my strength just is not there. I'm still weak. I still get tired real easily. I need to take naps during my day. I'm just not all there yet, so we'll see how this goes and see how long I can stay out here. I am out trying to do these calibrations again. I got my little chart handy. With the compass calibration, I'm supposed to press and hold the M button and then 111 after I have the motor going straight. I need to turn the motor on and have the head aligned with the keel of the boat before I do this. So it looks pretty straight right now to me. So I'm going to turn it on, and I could see the little light now. It's on. I am moving forward, so I just moved it a little bit. So we're going to press and hold the M button, and 111. Okay, I heard it beep, so that should be good for the compass calibration. For the alignment, that's not the compass calibration. Well, I don't know why I'm arguing with Motor Guide. Then I did it wrong, because I'm supposed to, for the compass calibration, I'm supposed to drive the boat and circle. So let's do the alignment calibration first, which is pretty similar. I just turn the motor on, I can hear it going, and then let me take my glove off for this. It is cold out here. So the alignment calibration, press and hold the M button. 1, 1, 2, and I heard it squawk. So that should be good. Okay, and then for the compass calibration, it wants me to press the M111 button and then drive this sucker in a circle here. And it should squawk at us, beep at us again. I am picking up some bushes down there in about 16 feet. This better hurry up, because we're getting close to the bottom here, or close to the shore. Close to the bottom, I guess same thing. And you can see it's already pretty windy out here. It's about 10 to 12 mile an hour winds right now. So that should be one or something, I don't know. The GPS light should pop back on when I do this twice. Okay, the GPS came back on. That's supposed to let you know when you're done. Well, there's some bait fish here and some bushes. Oh. And so now my calibrations should be done. Let's see if this thing is on. No, of course not. So let's see. Yay, no beeps. Looks like I'm using my hand remote again all day. Oh boy, I hate this wireless, man. I really do. I really don't like this. To turn this on and off, you're supposed to hold down these two buttons right here until you hear it beep. And I get nothing. So either they've sent me some crap batteries, which I really appreciate, or that thing is just garbage. I really hate this wireless remote, dude. I really do. If you're gonna buy a motor, buy one with the cables. I really don't like this. I mean, that's just my opinion. I will never buy one again that's has a wireless foot pedal. It is way too important to what I do, and I will not make that mistake again. But I plan on getting a new boat in about, I don't know, 8 to 10 months, so this is staying on here for now. All right, I put it in anchor mode, which is cool, until I get set up. So everything should work correctly now, since I have everything calibrated correctly. There's my whole bag of COVID stuff, all my breathing stuff, and what do you call them, throat cough drop things, and nose stuff, and ear stuff, and yeah, it's a real treat, man. All right, just a little bit of an update. I've been here for about an hour. For the most part, I've just been playing with the trolling motor, doing some tests on it. The handheld remote works great, works perfect. Motor works great. Spot lock, we're in about 10 to 14 mile an hour winds now, gusting up to like 16, 17. And spot lock is holding me in place. I think the GPS calibration, or the compass calibration, really worked. I am not moving. You can see I'm testing it by staying about 20 to 30 feet off of that pipe. That pipe comes out this way, and so there's a bunch of boulders. I'm fishing in about 45 to 50 feet right here. I picked up some bait fish and some bass at about 48 feet. So I'm throwing a chicken rig with a power bait, a Berkely Power Bait Morning Dawn flute, a flatworm. You can see here, just like a Nico rig, you got the weight on the bottom, but you can see I've got these VMC hooks right here, and they have fluorocarbon, and it kind of keeps the worm from coming through, and you actually come back and Texas rig it so it's weedless. So yeah, that's the chicken rig. I saw that on Mike Iaconelli's garage video. I thought it was a cool idea, since I keep getting snagged in all the little brush piles and rock piles. You can see this lake's got a ton of riprap and boulders and stuff. So far I've gone through all the little bushes and everything out of problem. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes at this pipe spot, and no bites, no nothing. And you can see I've only used my spot lock since I've been here, and I'm in the same spot. I mean, this thing, spot lock is awesome. And yeah, you know, it's windy as heck, 10 to 15 mile an hour gust. I don't know, man, it's blowing pretty good though. And it's spot lock is doing an awesome job, man. I love that. I love the remote, the handiness of it. I just can't use the remote and fish at the same time. I need to get this stupid foot pedal working, man. Okay, I'm over at my spot by Anderson Island, and this is like my go-to spot when I'm having a hard time catching anything. And you can see I just caught up. Oh, I came undone from that rock. The water temp is now 48.7, so it's come up a little over 6 degrees since I got here 2 hours ago. Dang, I just had one. Just had a hit. Sucker hit hard. It makes me believe he was tiny, but I just had a hit. Doot, doot. Just one tap. I thought since it was winter, you know, maybe he was holding on, but nope, he definitely was not. So that's cool. I got a hit. Got one. Feels tiny, but I don't care. Ganked him at a 35 feet. Now he's starting to fight a little bit more. Oh. Well, he was like running right at the boat. Yeah, he's not a big guy at all. Little guy, don't care. Don't care, I got me a fishy today. Right on the roof of the mouth. Perfect. Woot! A 7-incher about. I'll take it on a day like today. See you later, buddy. Cha-cha! See ya, dude. Yeah, that's what's hitting my bait down there. I switched it up to a Berkely Max scent. I think this is supposed to be smoke and purple. A flatworm. I've got my awesome Lucky Craft jerkbait on. I've got more fish on this jerkbait than any other jerkbait in this or at Folsom Lake ever. I don't know, just on this one alone, I bet you I've caught over, I don't know, over 75 on this thing. And 24 foot, there are fish all over the place. This is where I was catching them and getting my hits. So that explains why I was getting hits right where I'm sitting on top of right now. There are fish all over this place on the bottom. So I'm glad we're going up shallow. That's awesome. Put down the jerkbait. I gave it about 100 yards or so. And now I'm putting on it's a Bass Pro Shops. It's a laser eye spinnerbait. I have a buzzbait that's the same color by Bass Pro Shops, laser eye, and the buzzbait is one of my favorite buzzbaits ever for this lake. So there's a huge rock right there. We passed over some brush piles in between these two rocks, and I was picking up some fish on them. So jerkbait wasn't able to entice them, so we'll give the spinnerbait a shot. I just had a hit on the spinnerbait right off of that point of that rock there. Thumped it hard. I don't have a trailer on the spinnerbait because the skirt is supposed to be extra long. I'm just slow rolling the spinnerbait. It's on a 6.2 to 1 ratio reel. I'm just slow rolling it right off of that those rocks right there, bouncing it off of rocks, and I got thumped hard, man. If I had a trailer hook on, I'm sure I would have got him. But more than likely it was another 10-inch bass or something. Those little guys always seem to hit the hardest. And there we go. Start fighting the wind, and it's about 12:45, and I don't know if you could see, but my little red indicator on my trolling motor just came on. That means that there is 20% left, or less than 20% left of my batteries. So I'm gonna try and see if that's accurate and keep on going. Just keep this on, I don't know, I'm probably on number 3 or 4 setting right now, and see how long I can go before this thing dies, and see if it's accurate, if the battery is less than 20%. So looks like I might need to buy some lithiums for this, or a lithium for my trolling motor. Never had that happen before. Battery is blinking at me now. So what does that mean? I only went like 100 yards, man. Well, maybe I take that back. I probably went 50 yards. This trolling motor, man, it's the gift that just keeps on giving. Man, I don't know if all new trolling motors are like this, but I'm assuming that little blinking light means I got less than 10% left, and I haven't even come up around this corner yet where it starts to get really windy. So I think that's going to end my day. Because I don't want to get blown up on these rocks here, and you know, get up close to these rocks, and then all of a sudden, I mean, you can see how this is blowing. This is probably gusting right here to 20. And now my little trolling motor, let's juice this sucker up. I mean, it's still pulling through the wind with no problem. Actually, I got to slow that down. I mean, it's plenty powerful. It just Boy, this thing sucks up power, man. At least more than my old Maxim did, that's for sure. My old Maxim, I've never come close to running out of power. I didn't have a battery meter on it, but I mean, I've been in 20-mile-an-hour winds all day with my Maxim, and I have never had my batteries die on me. So these new trolling motors that say they're digital and extends the battery life, my ass. I mean, I get 4 hours out of my batteries, where my old Maxim, you know, would go the whole day in 20-mile-an-hour winds. So I don't know. I'm just gonna go buy some. I spent already so much money on this thing. I'm just gonna go buy me a 100 amp hour 24 volt lithium ion battery. Don't really have another choice at this point. I sold my Maxim. So, man, I'm gonna have to call it a day. I don't like that little blinking light. I didn't know it would blink at me, so I'm sure that's 10% or 5%, or you're about to explode, something like that. I don't know, man. But that ends my day. At least I got one. I got 3 hits, all on a drop shot. I spoke with one other person out here. There was only 3 boats in the parking lot, and I spoke with one other one. That's 3 boats, including myself. So I talked to almost everybody that was out here today. He caught 2 and said the same thing I said. They're at about 30 to 40 feet still. He tried shallow, I tried shallow. I tried spinnerbaits, underspins, crankbaits, jerkbaits, and nothing up shallow. I wasn't even graphing anything up shallow. The only time I graphed anything was between 30 and 50, well, 30 foot and deeper. It's 30 to 60 foot. I tried 55 feet, tried 50 foot, couldn't get anything to bite. As soon as I got to 35, I got 3 hits within about a half an hour. I caught 1 dink, as you saw, maybe about 7-8 inches. The other 2, I'm guessing, were probably about the same size, because they hit hard. And usually the bigger ones this time of year, you're just pulling and you feel some weight. A lot of times I don't even, especially in the wind, I don't even feel them bite. So I think the other 2 I had were small little guys as well. This time of year, I'm happy to get anything. So I had a great day. This is my first time back. I'll be out here again next week, hopefully on Tuesday instead of Wednesday. But you know, yesterday it rained, and I seen it on the forecast, so I didn't want to come play in the rain with pneumonia. They were just getting over it, so I came out today instead. And it's, I don't know, it is what it is. This is Folsom. It's tough. It's always tough, man, out here, but it's always fun. You're not working. I mean, it is a bright bluebird day. It's about 55 degrees out right now. It's still a little cold, still windy, but hey, you know, it's a good day to get out. So I can't wait for the summer, or actually the springtime. Hopefully we can get some bigger fish out here. And I will be going to the Delta pretty soon. When that starts to heat back up, I'm buying myself a year-round pass out at the Delta, and I'm going to start fishing out there. I probably haven't fished the Delta in 15 years. So I'm going to start fishing Delta and Folsom and Orville. And, you know, we'll see what we can do. See if we can't learn the Delta. I still know how to fish the Delta. Well, I mean, I could flip, I could punch, you know, what else is there? That's all you need. You know, I could frog, throw a wacky rig Senko. That's the Delta right there. And cranking, you know, that's it. Get on a bank, everything looks the same out there, everything looks great. Find yourself a mat, throw a frog, punch. That's 80% of what you do out there. So I know, I'm just kidding. I know it's not, but anyway, good to be back. I will see you next week. Thanks for watching.